today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. Soon I'm choosing heaven today. Love, I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of love right now, singing I'm choosing love today. Joy, I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of joy right now, singing I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Well, I woke up this morning with my mind, yeah, Jenna, saved on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Singing and dancing with my mind stayed on spirit. I'm singing and dancing with my mind stayed on spirit. I'm singing and dancing with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hate my neighbor with my mind stayed on spirit. No, I can't hate my neighbor with my mind stayed on spirit. I can't hate my neighbor with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. One more time, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Big finish, yeah. But we're not done. We have one more song. Love is my source. Oh, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all these blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Yes. Woo, woo, woo. Good morning, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. Ahava is the Hebrew word for love. And we gather together every Sunday knowing that love is always the answer. That's right. I am Reverend Rainbow, your spiritual director, and so grateful to serve as your spiritual director and to be with you here this morning. What a beautiful meditation, y'all. Let's just take a moment. Thank Seneca for doing some sound bowl healing for us, and that paired with the gentle rain on the roof, it just made for this yes. So if you haven't checked out our morning meditation, I understand. I like to sleep in too, but sometimes it's worth getting here a little bit early and joining us for a 10 o'clock meditation as well. Let's also take a moment just to love up on our musicians. Yes, give them some love. We have Belle, our keyboardist. So grateful. Seneca sitting in on percussion today. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And our feature vocalist, Margot Buchanan. Yes. We are a conscious community committed to curiosity so that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are. We are an open and affirming community, so whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual path of discovery, know that you are absolutely welcome here. And if you're joining us online, thank you for being a part of our global virtual community. Say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from today. And be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe button, do all those things. Even if you're in the room, we invite you to take out your phone, turn down that volume button, and then take some pictures, check in on social media, video clips, share the love today. And make sure as well that you are subscribed to all of our channels on social medias and click to get those notifications to find out what's going on here. We also live stream all of our services, and you can go back on our YouTube channel and check out that content over the past 5+ years that we've been on YouTube, maybe even 6. If you are joining us for the first time, we especially welcome you here today and just want to give you a little warm welcome. All you have to do is raise your hand or stand. Anyone here for the first time? Welcome, yes. Thank you for joining us today. Know that your presence here makes a difference. It adds to this collective energy field. And we'd love to get to know you more. Stick around after service for some coffee or tea, and there's some other treats. And Alois, one of our core council members, is bringing you a little welcome bag as well. And there's a connection card in there. That will get you on our mailing list and stay plugged in to what is happening here. We're so grateful for all of the volunteers who create this sacred space, those of you that give of your time, talent, and treasure. So let's take a moment now just to thank all of our volunteers. Yes. We have Jaden and Jameson with our youth this morning, so sending them love. Thank you. And our media team, we have Jean on camera, April on sound, and Amy on live stream. So thank you, media team. And to all those who serve behind the scenes during the week, etc. If you're looking to get more involved, signing up for a team is a great way to get more connected and to serve this community as well. Take a breath. Yes. Now is the time where we get to reflect on our oneness. And I invite you to place your hands over your heart if that feels comfortable. And to turn to someone and say, thank you for being a reflection of me. Thank you. Thank you for being a reflection of me. Yes. Beautiful. And we have an amazing vision and purpose here, so I invite you to repeat after me. We are an inclusive community, committed to global transformation, through personal evolution. And our purpose, let's do this one together. Ready? Wake up, step up, and make a difference. That's right. Today's affirmation I will read and then invite you to affirm. Drum roll, please. Nancy, you had some fun with the slides. You didn't do it? Someone's having fun today. Nancy's like, it wasn't me. I consciously choose how to spend, save, and give my resources. Let's affirm that together. Ready? I consciously choose how to spend, save, and give of my resources. Yes, let's affirm that. And now let us take a deep breath, calling forth our ancestors, our guides, to be with us now as we bring in that heartbeat energy of Mother Earth and the warm embrace of this sacred land. Our hearts overflow with a deep love and gratitude to this land's ancestral guardians, the Yochi, Osage, Cherokee, Shawnee, Hopewell, and Adena nations. By acknowledging these stories, we celebrate the strength, adaptability, and unique contributions of each community to the vibrant mosaic of our shared heritage. We pledge to be attentive listeners, amplifiers of Indigenous voices, and perpetual learners about the rich diversity of Indigenous cultures, histories, and contemporary challenges. So take another deep breath as we move now into our centering song, and then our opening prayer this morning will be led by Jenna.
In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release. From a world filled with chaos and noise, so I wait for these precious moments, and I hear all that could never be said. And right here in this holy silence, I find God. I find myself.
In the silence, knowing that there is one amazing, magnificent power. And that power is living as each one of us. It is living and breathing as we are expressions of God as love, God as joy, as peace, as wholeness. There is only one. And we are blessed by this center, by our community. We are blessed by the minister, Reverend Rainbow, knowing that what needs to be said will be said and what needs to be heard will be heard. And we are blessed by our beautiful, amazing musicians that give us love through music from their heart and soul. And we are blessed by all the volunteers, the hands and hearts that go together to make this possible. And we are blessed by the love that we share in this community. And I bless this time together. I bless this celebration of oneness and love. And I let it be by saying, and so it is.
In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release. From a world filled with chaos and noise, so I wait And right here in this holy silence, I find God. I find myself.
Sufficiently resides inside each of us, and we call it forward. It is a consciousness, an attention, an intentional choosing of the way we think about our circumstances. In our relationship with money, it is using money in a way that expresses our integrity, using it in a way that expresses value rather than it determines value. When we live in a context of sufficiency, we find a natural freedom and integrity. We engage in life from a sense of our own wholeness rather than longing to be complete. We feel naturally called to share our resources that flow through our lives, our time, our money, our wisdom, our energy, at whatever level those resources flow. And that is to serve our highest commitments.
I'm having myself a time. Yes. I mean, I'm having what I want, wanting what I have, doing what I like, and I'm liking what I do. So I'm having myself a time. Oh, I never could save a dime, so I'm living like a lord, acting like a loon, lying in the sun and sighing at the moon, and I'm having myself a time. When I hum songs, they're just dumb songs with no reason or rhyme, but I'm certainly in my prime. I am happy as a bird flying up above, want a little love, so I get a little love, and I'm having myself a time. But I'm certainly in my prime. I mean, I'm having what I want, wanting what I have, doing what I like, and I'm liking what I do. So I'm having myself a time. Oh yes, I'm having myself a time.
Yes, thank you, Margot, for that very, very fun song. And now I'm having myself a time, right? Yes, you set that vibe. So we are in the middle of our theme, Bountiful Living, as every October, what we call Rocktober, We focus on the principles of prosperity and the quality of abundance in our life. Today's topic is money as a mirror. And I don't know about y'all, but that might not be a mirror that you're so comfortable looking at. So we're going to talk about that because we're exploring what might be one of the most revealing relationships in our lives. Our relationships with money. Yes? Money is such an interesting teacher, isn't it? It's simply neutral. Money, as we say, is energy. And yet it can stir up so many different emotions and ideas and beliefs, from fear to pride to guilt or shame to joy, freedom, power. We're studying the book The Soul of Money by Lynch West, and she invites us to see money as more than just a means of transaction, but as a mirror, reflecting what we truly value and what we believe about ourselves and how we see the world. So let's dig in. If you really want to know what you value, what you prioritize, look at your calendar and look at your bank statement or your spending log, saving, giving, right? Where you move this energy called money. And that's not a judgment. I can hear already. It's like, whoa. What we talk about here is awareness. We must first be aware, be mindful, notice what's occurring in our life so we can use that as an opportunity for growth, for healing, for transformation. Because where our money goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, our life grows. What a little poem, huh? So when we take a stand for what matters most to us, for those values of freedom, unity, peace, justice, compassion, creativity, for community, those are the things that then are experienced in our lives. When we take a stand with our money, it also then kind of organizes our money as well, right? It's like this reciprocal relationship. That's the mirror. When we use money consciously as an expression of love, of generosity, when we use money purposefully, mindfully, for having ourselves a time, for joy, for freedom, for sharing, for giving, that reflects our highest values. Yet, we often can use our money, spend it, give it, pay bills, unconsciously, right? From fear or lack, from a place of comparison or shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or scarcity. And that way of unconsciously dealing with our money reflects often a deeper wound or unworthiness or a pain or confusion or frustration, right? But we come together at Ahava to be reminded of the truth with a capital T. Dr. Ernest Holmes is the founder of this science of mind philosophy that we speak of and teach of here. And he says, God is spirit. Spirit is substance, and substance is supply. This is the keynote to a realization of a more abundant life, to the demonstration of success in financial matters. It is right then that we should be successful, for otherwise spirit is not expressed. The divine cannot lack for anything, and that makes life worth living while here on earth. Lots to unpack in that, right? You know, that first line, God is spirit, spirit is substance, and substance is supply. Spirit is the supply, the source. Therefore, you could almost say that God is money. And not that money is God in that we make money our God, but seeing the divinity in all things. Therefore, we too can choose to see the energy of spirit in money, and knowing that we are always sourced and supplied by the infinite universe. Just as nature has everything that it needs to thrive, so too do we when we open to that mindset. So the first 2 weeks we talked about this mindset of scarcity versus the mindset of sufficiency. And now it's time to wake up to our relationship with money as that opportunity for spiritual growth, for freedom, for expression, and as a way to demonstrate our highest values and ideals. Otherwise, the unchallenged silence around this toxic money culture in the world remains in place, right? There's this kind of idea of like, well, don't talk about money. Don't talk about how much you make, or that's a... But what that does is it keeps the toxic money culture in place. And our relationship with money is something that once we wake up to, we can begin to challenge the nature of the collective consciousness narrative that thrives off of the belief of scarcity, right? It's all around us. Lack. Marketing is based on lack, not enoughness. You need this, you need that to be whole. And we're here to flip the script on that toxic idea. We live in a world where worth is often confused with wealth, and where more is the mantra, and where having enough rarely feels like enough, right? And that's the idea of sufficiency, knowing that you are enough and that you have enough just as you are. And it is from then that mindset that abundance can be expressed. And so it is. And yet there is so much power, right, in breaking the silence, calling out the toxic money culture of greed and the disparity that is occurring. And then daring to ask yourself, what do I stand for? And how can I show that with my money? What story do my dollars tell? Every financial choice we make, whether it's a donation, a purchase, or even a pause, carries energy. It's a vibration. Money talks, as they say, but it speaks with our voice, with our intention that we give it. So what is your money saying about you and about what you value and stand for? In a culture that constantly tells us that we're not enough, not rich enough, not successful enough, not good enough, it takes courage to choose differently, to reject that narrative and to stand in your inherent worth and value. To say, I am enough and I have enough and I can make a difference with who I am and what I have. Let's say that together. I am enough. I have enough. And I can make a difference with who I am and what I have. See, it isn't about how much money we have. It's about the consciousness we bring to what we do have. As Lynn Twist reminds us, people with little or no money are just as capable of directing the flow of resources meaningfully as much or as more as those with great wealth. It's not the amount that matters, it's the intention. There's a great story that she shares in the book around, I'm going to paraphrase it. I highly encourage you to read this book if you haven't got it yet. Just get it. It's good. It's filled with her stories. You know, there's like a nugget of spiritual truth, and then stories, a nugget of spirit truth and then stories. And I personally love learning through stories as well. But she shares about when she was doing the fundraising for the Hunger Project, and it was one of her first big opportunities to go and get one of the largest sums of money that she had been asked to, what is the word, cultivate or raise, thank you. And she met with the head of a corporation in Chicago that had recently had some bad stuff in the news about something they did that had a bad negative impact on the environment. So they were getting some bad press, and so they're like, all right, they're willing to give a lot of money, right? They need to turn around their reputation here. So she met with the guy, and he was very transactional. He already had the check. She did her spiel, and he was just like, okay, here, that should clear us, right? And she was like, it felt icky. It felt gross. She felt that the energy of receiving that check felt like taking on all of his guilt. She left with the check, but very conflicted with her personal values and energy, but yet also being new to the job and thinking, but this is, I don't remember the amount now, but a very significant amount, maybe $75,000 or something. And again, this was late 90s. And it was like, she's like, but how, what? So she put it away, and she went on to her next appointment that evening, which was at a small community church. And it was a mostly African black church. And she met with these folks in the basement of this church with a leaky roof and, just kind of noticing the difference, right, of being at the top of the corporate tower down into this leaky basement of this community church. She started to share stories of the impact of the Hunger Project and was so moved by the 8 women or so that were in this circle that said, thank you for what you're doing. You're making a difference. You're making an impact. Pulled out their wallets, 1s and 5s in the basket. And she sat there with that money, and she realized the vibration and the energy of this $200 that was collected feels so much more energized and filled with love and will make so much more of an impact energetically than that $75,000 check. So she returned the check and went on. Well, you have to read the book to follow up, because there is the way this moment comes full circle with that CEO. And it was a blessing for him as well when he received that check back in her message. So that's your cliffhanger to get the book, okay?
Good job.
Yeah. That's your teaser. But the idea, right, is how we can think something of someone, or this is what is valuable, or in something of someone else, and, well, this isn't, throw away, this amount isn't worth that much. She brings us to the realization that it's the energy behind anything that we do that creates the vibrational impact, that law of reciprocity, cause and effect, to create the success and the abundance that we desire in our lives. And I don't know about you, y'all, but that takes a lot of integrity to turn down that amount of money because you feel icky about it, right? And that is the opportunity for all of us to look at our lives. Are there things that we do that maybe feel out of integrity, but we do it even if a job? We're going in with a have to feeling about it because we have to get the money. I'm not saying quit your job. I'm just saying notice it. What is any way you're in relationship to things, or ways you are receiving money, or things that you are giving money to, and how can you begin to reconcile that by first a little awareness? Maybe there's a way that you can change your perspective if you're not able to change your circumstance exactly, but to see the gratitude in it, to shift and to be open for a change, right? So when we take a stand for what we value, for sufficiency, for truth, for knowing that there is enough and that we are enough, something inside of us shifts. The endless striving for more begins to soften, And then this vibe of appreciation and gratitude can take root. And our money then becomes a conduit, a current of love, of integrity flowing throughout our lives. And we begin to see that money is not separate from spirit, but it is a spiritual practice. It's a way to align our outer world with our inner truth. It's our mirror moment. So I'd like to invite you all to just take a moment now and reflect. Take a breath, maybe close your eyes if that helps you. And think of a recent way that you used your money. Maybe you bought something, maybe you donated, you supported something, you gave to something, you paid a bill. Just whatever comes to mind first, that's the thing you want to work with, right? Now ask yourself, what value did that reflect? And you may be thinking, well, how does paying my water bill reflect a value? Well, do you value clean water? What stand does that represent? Maybe none. Maybe something you don't really want to stand for, or maybe something you feel really proud of. The step is just to recognize. Maybe it reflected self-care or generosity. Maybe it reflected fear or just a habit. That's okay too. It's not about guilt, it's about awareness. So take another breath. Thank you for doing that mini practice, and that shows you how mini it can be. Just a moment or two to reflect as you consciously share your resources. Because once we see that reflection clearly, we then have the power. We stand in our agency and we realize that we can choose again. We are always at choice. And we can bring to consciousness the way that we would like to relate to our money. So every time we spend, we save, we give, we are in spiritual practice. We can spend unconsciously, or we can spend as an act of love. We can give out of guilt, or we can give out of gratitude or from gratitude. We can save from fear, or we can save from wisdom or stewardship or investment in our future or our legacy. Even the smallest choices can become sacred when we infuse them with awareness. Our choice of what we eat or drink. All of these choices, right? When I tithe or donate, it's not about the amount. It's about aligning with the energy of infinite source and saying, I trust that giving opens the flow, right? We can't outgive God because God is infinite. So as we share, we then open ourselves to receive and to be that flow and that conduit of spirit. So imagine aligning with that infinite source, with whatever you have to give, and not judging or comparing. When you pay your bills, pay with gratitude instead of resentment. Thank you, Spirit, for the electricity, for the internet, for the roof that provides shelter. And that shift in mindset changes everything. It transforms money from a stress point into an opportunity to be playful, to play and get involved in this game called life that we are all living. And it becomes that mirror of sufficiency and flow. Lintris writes, when we think freedom means keeping our options open, we think freedom means keeping our options open, but real freedom comes when we fully choose. When we choose fully and completely, right? So what were you what are you going to choose today to do with your resources? So we're talking about money today because it's something very tangible. It's a good place to practice. But this applies to all of your resources, your love, your time, your creativity, your talent. Instead of just being free by not choosing and keeping our option open, what would it be like to fully commit and give ourselves completely to love, to that relationship? Investing in yourself, your self-care, into your spiritual community, into that which you value completely. It's true with love, it's true with our time, our talent, and with money. When we commit to using our resources to align with our values, we discover a surprising sense of freedom. Goes back to the vibe of that song, right? Because we're no longer torn from confusion or living in scarcity, but we are pulled by that vision of abundance and sufficiency, grounded in appreciation and knowing that there is more than enough and that we are enough. So that means taking a stand and letting our money reflect our heart, not our fears, living in harmony, both inner and outer, with what we truly believe. So every moment is an opportunity to live our values through how we choose to share and express our resources, our spending, our saving, our giving. They all tell the story of our life. Money is not our master, it is our mirror. So don't let it control you, because you have agency and power. But wake up to that power by being willing to confront and look in that mirror and to see if there's something that needs to shift. Look with eyes of love, of gratitude, and purpose, knowing that what you see reflected back is your own divine wholeness. So this week, I invite you to take a stand. Break the narrative of scarcity and let your money speak with the voice of your heart. Let it say, I choose love, I choose integrity, I choose freedom, and I choose generosity. Because every dollar, every act of giving, every conscious choice carries your energy into the world, creating that ripple effect. And when you endow that energy with intention and love, you become that force of transformation. And together, we can co-create a world that works for all, one conscious choice at a time, yes? So let us close again by affirming our affirmation. Repeat after me. I consciously choose how to spend, save, and give of my resources. Here's another one. Money reflects my values. It magnifies my love. And so it is. Okay, well, let's pray. Yes. Taking that deep breath again. Feeling into this moment, the love that is present here, the all-sufficiency of a source of life, of God, Spirit itself, knowing that there is only one divine activity that is the source back of all things, expressing in, as, and through me, in, as, and through all of life. It is from this place of oneness that I affirm, claim, declare right here, right now, that abundance is my birthright. I am enough. I have enough. It feels good to share of my good, of my resources, my time, my talent, my treasure, knowing that I activate the flow of life itself, of the divine, through me in every way I choose to give. I activate the flow of endless, infinite supply. How good it is to remember this truth, that God is my source. I am always supported, that the universe has my back. I trust and know that everything is unfolding perfectly in my life. I call forth divine right order, divine right action in my finances, in all areas of my life, in my health, in my relationships, right here, right now. Abundance is the true nature of life. And I am alive today, expressing that abundance. So grateful. So grateful to know this truth, so grateful to speak this word, and so grateful for the fulfillment of this prayer. As I release it into the action of the law that always says, yes, my beloved, it is done, it is so, and reflects back to me that belief. And I let it be so. And so it is. So it is, yes.
Sing with me. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
Now I invite you to find someone, you can move around the room or turn to someone next to you, but find someone to connect with and to share something that is on your heart today, perhaps something that was an aha moment or a practice or something you want to commit to this week, right? How are you going to take this message and live it, integrate it? make sure you switch if you haven't switched yet. Everyone have a chance to share. Begin to wrap up your sharing. Thank your partner. All right. Yes. What's next? I need the slides to prompt me today. I didn't print it. Okay, so our testimony will actually happen next week because the Walker Ed couldn't be here this week, but I think we are now going to invite up Alois to share, yes, before our offering. So she was ready with the baskets, but she's going to come up and tell us a little bit about some opportunities during Rocktober. And if you look on the seats around you, you will find two cards, a white card and kind of a cream card. And if you've already have one for the week, ignore it or give it to a neighbor who needs one. And she's going to tell you all about that.
So one of those cards is a pledge card, and on that little pledge card it says, weekly is $10, which is $43 a month, or you could do, $20 a week, whatever is in your heart and soul, which is $80 a month, and you can figure it out, you can do the math. Bottom line is, we use these pledge cards, we use what your contributions might be for the upcoming year so that we can set our upcoming year budget. And there is a bulletin board now in the social area, and it says Core Council on it. So the minutes are there, and also what our financial status has been from previous months. And if you want to look at that, by all means. And if you have any questions, please, please, please come and talk to me or any of the other core council members. We'd be more than happy to explain or whatever questions that might be or whatever. And also, I got notes for myself this time. Beyond the bulletin board, also, the other thing I wanted to share is, in our abundance is what we share. And in our prosperity is what comes back to us. So if you can actually donate whatever that is in your heart, it'll come back to you tenfold. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Alois. Yes. And the other little card here is the prayer, my prayer for prosperity. So we invite you to take one or two of these. If you see some extras around, we can make more copies. And put it somewhere where you see it every day. Affirm this truth. And together, as we do this project of prosperity for the month, we call it a project because it's a fun way to get to practice spiritual principles. And by affirming this prayer and knowing that we are all praying this as a community, as it says, I bless all that I have now and any increase, and I now affirm abundance for my entire Ahava community. We are praying each other up, and we ask then that you log any increased income, unexpected income that you receive this month as a practice of awareness, as a practice of gratitude, and then as a practice of flow and trust and faith and spirit as your source to then track that and give back 10% of what comes in extra this month to Ahava. And I will share a couple of demonstrations I've had already. I posted in our Facebook group that the very first Sunday we did this, I went to Trader Joe's afterwards and was gifted flowers. Not just because I'm cute, but I found some keys and turned them in, and then someone later comes and finds like, we want to give you these flowers. I was like, oh, thank you. Those are the moments that might have just kind of gone by, right? But this allows us to be even more intentional and write down that as a moment of gratitude. A few days ago, I was talking with Amy, actually, and I was saying I need a bookshelf because I now have a home office. I have all these books that I need to put up, and I was just like, hey, keep an eye out if you see a bookshelf on the side of the road or on Facebook or something, right? I'd love a bookshelf. Literally 2 hours later, a community member texted me, Do you or Ahava need any bookcases? I have a couple and they fold up. So it fit in my car. I didn't even have to get a truck. They were lightweight. I was like, yes. And immediately let me know, like manifested that like that, right? So that's going on my list. And you may say, well, how do you tithe on that? Well, you can choose to say whatever value that is for you and then give them money back, or find some other way to tithe if whatever that means to you. Maybe it's giving something that I don't need, putting it out into the community. Yes. So now we're going to move into our time of conscious giving, where we will pass a basket in the room. You can also put those cards in that basket, or you can hand them to one of our core council members here. And you could also text or give online. So let us now affirm together our offering affirmation. Divine love as me. Blesses and multiplies all that I have. All that I give. And all that I receive. I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. All right.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me. Gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, grateful.
Yes. So we have a few things coming up where you can participate and get more involved. Today after service, is that the first slide? Yes, Ahava 101. So if you're new or new-ish to Ahava, we want to find out how to get more connected through ways to volunteer, our small groups, our classes. Find out a little bit more about the history of Ahava and this New Thought philosophy, and then perhaps choose to say yes to becoming an official member. All of that occurs today from about noon until about 2. So stick around. We're going to meet in the front classroom. When you first come in that community room, there's a little room there with a circle of chairs. So we'll find you there about noon, and looking forward to that. And what's next? Next month is November, and we are going to be studying The Power of This Thing Called Life by Ernest Holmes. So that's going to be the book of the month next month, as well as the book study that will be occurring after services. So you want to go ahead and check that out, find it online or wherever you find your books. Soul of Money is now, we were going to do a class, and now we've moved it to an in-person workshop so more folks can be involved. Maria Ann Jaime, our practitioner, is leading that on Sunday, in person only, November 23rd. So you have a little time to get that on your calendar and get that book and read it before then, and follow along with that opportunity to have some more discussion and interactive exercises to put these ideas to practice. And it is a love offering, which is basically a donation of what you felt you got out of the experience and what you choose to give towards that. That's the workshop. So some of you may or may not have heard, but we've announced over the past couple of weeks that I'm going to be taking a sabbatical. And what that means is that I'm going to be stepping away to rest and rejuvenate. It is a normal practice that occurs for ministers and within CSL after serving an amount of time. And during that time, our core council has hired Reverend Dr. Bob Dean from Atlanta, who will be here serving as an interim minister. So not just filling the Sundays with guest speakers, as you know, this role encompasses a lot more during the week. So for any ministerial needs, Bob will be of service to the community. He will be speaking 2 or 3 times a month, and over that time we'll be bringing in some other guest speakers as well. Our core council is actively working with Centers for Spiritual Living, our home office staff, to facilitate this process and transition with ease so that I can be away. And all I ask is that send me your love and thoughts and prayers, but don't reach out. Because I'm trying to let go too, you know. Don't call. I love you, don't call. Yes, and then our next Sunday is our potluck after service, and Reverend Dr. Bob Dean will be here. So we're going to have a little transition moment where you'll get to meet him, you'll get to send me off with love, and we'll get to share a meal together. So be here next Sunday. It's going to be a wonderful opportunity for our community as well. Is that it? Okay, great. So today, none of our licensed spiritual practitioners were available. As you know, we only have 2 in town and 1 distance that comes every now and again. So sometimes we have days like this where we have other folks that step in and fill in. So for today, we ask that you submit a prayer request in that prayer box or online if you would like a practitioner to pray with you, and they will follow up with you afterwards. If you have something really urgent, heavy on your heart, you would like prayer, I am available today too, so just find me, and I'd be happy to offer you in-person prayer. That's it. Anything else? Okay, so going once, going twice. Let us stand if you are able and repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It's this thing called life.
It's this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my affairs.
Life is in my affairs.
Life is in my finances.
Life is in my finances.
I accept it.
I accept it.
I am it.
I am it.
And I share it.
And I share it.
Just the way it appears.
Just the way it appears.
And just the way it appears not.
And just the way it appears not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me every time I open my heart. I receive all that I need, knowing that God is my source. I relax and I let it flow. I know that money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. The money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Thank you. Have a good week, everybody.